Blog Talk Radio. Chatting with Nat is a podcast for independent women seeking to speak their truth and to break down barriers. We host honest conversations that help to guide and empower women. Speak your truth and set yourself free. Let your voice be heard. Hi everyone, it's Natalie Jean. Yes, it's Chatting with Nat. And today we have the honor of having blues singer Lady D. Lady D was born in the coalfields of Cabin Creek in West Virginia. She has 6 CDs to her credit, including her newest and most recently released Disturbing My Peace. Her original song, Go Higher, was the winner of the national competition for the Best Obama Inaugural Song. As a result, she and her band Mission performed at the Obama for Change Inaugural Ball in Washington, D.C. in January 2009. Very impressive. Lady D has become well known for her original one-woman stage play titled The Lady and the Empress. It is based on the life and music of blues legend Bessie Smith. She also wrote a spin-off to the show called Bessie's Blues, an abbreviated version of the original show. The majority of Lady D's performances are as a duo with keyboard or guitar, but also with her 4-piece band, Mission. She has been an opening act for soul legends, the OJs, and performed with prominent blues artists such as Johnny Rawls and Bruce Katz. She's honored to have represented the Washington D.C. Blues Society at the 2018 International Blues Challenge in Memphis, Tennessee, as frontman for the Rogue Johnsen Trio. Lady D is also a visual artist specializing in fabric and canvas paintings, and she has authored 1 book of poetry, Appalachian Blues Speak. Let's give a round of applause for Lady D. Hi, Lady D. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm still here. I'm still surviving. And I asked everybody this question because I have to, because it's been a crazy almost 2 years now, or 6 years, however. How have you been doing during this pandemic?
You know, I have actually been thriving in this pandemic. When things first shut down last year, I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? All the gigs dried up, and there was no money to be coming in anywhere, nothing that I could see. And then I started painting. I started painting on canvas. I had been painting shirts and things like that for quite a while, but I'd never done a painting. And so I did one, and I put it out there online just to see what people thought about it. And all of a sudden, everybody's wanting paintings. And so I spent all of 2020 painting.
Wow. That is awesome.
So that helped a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're painting, you could make there's so many ways that you can paint. Obviously, you can paint on canvas, but you can also paint on T-shirts. You can create art that represents your music as well. That's actually a very good tool to have. So congratulations on that. Let me tell you.
Thank you. Yeah, I had fun with that.
One door closes, another one opens, in the sense of pandemic hit, and you're just like, okay, what am I going to do now? And all this boom, bam. People were like, I need to have a painting by Lady D. And what's great about...
Well, I was determined not to sit around and just, dwell on the pandemic and all the bad things going on. But, of course, you can't help but, hear what's happening in the world. But that was really a good release for me, and it helped me to, express a lot of things that I needed to say that I couldn't do musically at the time. So, yeah, it's been a real blessing.
I mean, and the other thing that's great is art is very valuable. People always need art on their walls, so good for you. I like that. You didn't sit around. You were just like, okay, what I'm going to do now? I'm going to go to work. I'm going to reinvent myself. I'm going to sing, and I'm going to
Right.
do this, the fabric and all this stuff. Fantastic. I love it. So how did you get started in the music industry?
Well, since I was like 3 years old, that's all I've ever wanted to do was sing.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't realize it was an industry until I was probably in my 20s. I just thought you decide this is what you're going to do, and when you grow up, that's what you automatically become, you know.
Oh.
And then I realized, you know, that you can get paid for doing that too. So, you know, that was a whole different mindset that I had to have.
Right.
You know, first starting out professionally, that, you know, I had to stick around and get paid and make sure they pay me good, you know.
Yeah.
And it's been a rough however many years. I won't say how many, but it's, you know, it's been not all up, so there's been a lot of downs to it, but I love what I do, and I never want to do anything else, you know. Of course, I've added some things in there. I love to act, and, of course, paint, and I promote music events. I've done festivals, organized festivals, directed plays. So I do pretty much everything in the entertainment industry, you know, other than I haven't been I have been in the movie, but I've done just about everything.
Well, that's good. I mean, that shows that you have a lot of gumption. Shows that you're not willing to stop. It shows that you're an empowered woman. You're just like, I can do more than what I'm doing right now. So,
oh yeah, I'm not finished at all.
I appreciate that. There's always so much more to do. Well, I think what people don't realize in the music industry, there's so many different avenues where we can use our music. I mean, you can. So one of the things I think always come up for me when I'm talking to people on the podcast, like one of the things you could do is pair your art with your music. So if you were to create a piece of work that went along with one of your songs, you could have an art gallery showing and your music playing, and say this song goes with this song. You know what I mean? There's so much.
You read my mind.
Listen, I'm always trying to think outside the box. One of the ladies I spoke to, and it's because of her actually, because she said that what she did is that she took a couple of her singles. She created a lipstick line, and each lipstick represents one of her singles, and I thought that was so inventive. And so when people think, yeah, isn't that really cool? And so now when I hear people talking, I'm like, well, you do art, and then you could pair your music with your art, and I think that would be phenomenal. I mean, you could do videos with it as well, with your artwork and your music, and do a video and all that. Then after that, you could create a wine that when people sit back, they look at your art while they're listening to your music. Damn, that is a package right there. Think about it.
You got it all figured out.
But I mean, can't you just visualize it? Somebody sitting back.
Well, you know, I hadn't thought about the wine aspect, but now that you brought that up, that's a good idea.
Lady D wine, I'm all into it. I'm gonna sit back, listen to your music while I'm looking at your painting, sipping on some red wine. That is just, I'm getting goosebumps. You know, I'm getting goosebumps. You got to do it. You got to do it. I love that. Oh my God, there's so much that you can do. I can't wait to see. I'm ready. I'm ready to see what's in the future for you, because I think that would explode. I really think that would explode.
Well, I'll keep you updated on that. But yeah, some of those things have definitely been on my mind.
Yeah, and, you should do it. You should definitely do it. How would you describe your music? Now, I know you're a blues artist, but how would you describe when you write?
Well, you know, I got the title of being a blues singer from my Bessie Smith show.
Okay.
And it's funny because of course, I'm in West Virginia, and my son actually gave me the name West Virginia's First Lady of Soul years ago, and so that kind of stuck. And he said, well, soul will cover it all. So if you want to do blues, you know, R&B, whatever, and I do a lot of reggae. So I do a
Right.
lot of, different genres, and I really don't categorize myself as a blues singer
Okay.
unless I'm doing a blues show.
Right.
But I just like to sing good music, and a lot of it happens to be blues. I love blues, but I do a lot of R&B and, like I said, reggae, and I do some jazz, and I just love good music with good lyrics. And so,
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, I don't know how you categorize that.
well, you know what? For me, because I'm also a multi-genre artist, and I've done blues and jazz. I mean, my first love has always been jazz, and I adore the blues. Um, it's so funny when you do so many genres. People will ask you. I had somebody ask me, so what genre do you do? And I said, well, I'm multi-genre. It's like, no, what genre do you do? I said, I'm multi-genre. And I said, because you got to pick a genre. I said, no, I don't. I said, I'm an artist. I create. And a lot of people want you to be like a specific thing. So,
Yeah.
most recently I've been writing for the Americana genre because in Americana, you can have blues, you can have jazz, you can have so many diverse genres within that one genre. But I still write for other genres because I'm trying to make money. In this music industry, it's not just about, I'm going to go on stage and perform and release a CD. I want my music to be in sync, licensing, TV commercials. I want it all over the place. The
Right.
music industry is so vast. I think the mindset of people need to open more in regards to how artists can make money. It's not just about touring and performing. Yeah, you can make a little bit of money. Obviously, if you have a big tour, you can make a lot of money, but the money is like sync and licensing. Have you tried to get your music into film, television? I'm sure you've tried
Yeah, that was what was happening right before things shut down.
that.
And the company that I was working with, I've sent them the new CD, so I'm just waiting to see what they can make happen for me.
I mean, in blues, I think blues works well in a lot of things. Documentaries, commercials, television shows and stuff like that. It's amazing. During this pandemic, I was teleworking, and I got to learn a lot from this one woman on the app Clubhouse. She gave a lot of tidbits on getting your music into licensing and film and what people are looking for. And it's a lot of work. I think people need to realize this music game is no joke. It's a lot of work. You have to hustle.
That's true. Yeah, it is. 24/7.
24/7. And when you're doing everything yourself, it's even worse.
Yeah, that's the thing with me. I'm doing everything myself.
Yeah, you and I are in the same category, and there are days where I'm just like, oh, I don't know what this music thing. I'm like, because we have to be on every single platform. You have to post every single day. Sometimes you're like, I don't know what to say today, but I'm going to say something. And now they throw in a TikTok on you, and TikTok's not bad. You have to have time for it. You have to have time.
Yeah, I've got that on my list of things to figure out is TikTok.
So the thing is, let me tell you. So I'm on TikTok, and I have 2 kittens, so I have them on there. But I also use my own music because I'm tired of pushing somebody else's music. So, and it's based on what the song is about. I'll do something about that, and I have to do more. But yeah, TikTok is a great place if if you have a message, if you want to be silly, if you just want to introduce yourself to other people. And the videos can only be 1 minute. So if you take an hour or 30 minutes of your time, just talk into this video and say, "Hey, I'm Lady D. Check it out." So, but how do you manage all your other social media platforms?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear it.
How do you manage all your social media?
Very carefully, I guess. Facebook is the one that I guess I'm most comfortable with, and I'm on that like 24/7. And I'm always getting dings on my phone. I just have to turn it down to make sure that I didn't, interrupt what we were talking about here, but Instagram and Twitter. Twitter is still uncomfortable, but I try to post on Twitter at least once or twice a week, which I know I need to do more with that. But those are the 3 platforms that I mainly deal with. Like I said, I've got to figure out TikTok, and I haven't done the Snapchat thing yet. There's just too much out there, and for somebody like me who I feel like, I'm technically challenged, it's hard to learn these things and get it to where I can be effective with it. Like during the pandemic, I had to go out and buy one of those ring lights, and I got the whole webcam set up and everything to do Facebook Live and all that. And so that was a whole new deal there. And, I felt like I was going back to school or something. It's like, I didn't sign up for all this. But, you have to stay relevant. You have to stay in front of people. I couldn't just, sign off until the pandemic is over.
Listen, you're preaching to the choir. I bought one of those ring lights way in the beginning of the pandemic. Why is it still standing and I still haven't plugged it or tried to use it? Because yes, I'm like that. There's just too much going on. I mean, I've done a bunch of live streams without it, and I've been lucky that I haven't needed it. But I'm going to have to start using it with the lighting and all that stuff. People just don't understand. Especially in the pandemic, we had to come up with all kinds of gadgets so that we could look nice on camera and try to figure out how to use those things. This is crazy. Our business is crazy. Now, I am going to play your song, Karma is a Bitch. Tell me what that's about karma.
Well, that was one of those songs that came out of the pandemic itself. Now, like I said, when the pandemic first hit, when things shut down, my band, we were getting ready to go into the studio to do my next CD, and it was going to be all blues. And then, after things started happening, George Floyd and Ahmaud Arbery, and I'm, seeing all this happening on the news, and it's like every day something is happening. I just had to switch gears and just let whatever needed to come out. And the art was a lot, a big part of that. And the CD that this song is from is called Disturbing My Peace. And that was what the name of the blues CD was going to be, Disturbing My Peace, but that's a totally different song. So I rewrote the song, Disturbing My Peace, and the artwork, I don't know if you've seen, if you see the CD cover, the artwork that's on the CD cover is my painting. It was one of the first paintings that I did last year, and it's called Disturbing My Peace. And so that sort of inspired Karma is a Bitch and the song Disturbing My Peace. And it's just like a conglomerate of everything that was happening, everything that was going on, and things that I was seeing on the news, because I'm not a news person. And last year was the first time I really sat down and watched the news, and watched the news, and watched the news. So this was what came out of me watching the news and, really taking in all the terrible things that were happening.
All righty. Well, we're going to have a word from our sponsor, and then we'll play the song.
Okay. Hi, it's Jordan and Madison, and we're Jay Madison out of Nashville, Tennessee. We'd love to tell you about B Squared Management, artist services by artists for artists. Get your press, branding, single release, and sync success plan now at bsquaredmgmt.com. And listen up to our latest single, Down, now on Spotify.
Trouble in the world today, revolution in the streets, rich are praying on the weak and poor instead of praying on their knees. Some people don't believe the sky is blue, don't believe the world is round. Self-righteousness has replaced the golden rule, and there's fake news all around. Oh, but you know the system is a fraud. But karma is a bitch and she works for God. There was a gunman in the church today, and another one in the school. Husbands and sons getting shot down in the street, but they tell you everything is cool. Oh, it don't pay to be a black or a brown man, 'cause your life means nothing at all. Who does it benefit to live in fear and hate and hide behind a wall? Oh, but you know the system is a fraud. But karma is a bitch and she works for God. Talk about a judgment day like it's just for somebody else. There ain't no big or little sin. Before you speak, you better check yourself. What goes around sure enough does come around. You're gonna reap just what you sow. If you don't believe, just wait a while. In the end, you'll surely know. Oh, but you know the system is a fraud. But karma is a bitch and she works for God. Oh, but you know the system is a fraud. But karma is a bitch and she works for God. Oh, and you know the system is a fraud. But karma is a bitch.
I love it. Karma is a bitch and she works for God. That is priceless. I love it. Now, throughout your entire career, as a female artist, what are the challenges that you have faced, if any?
Well, there's always challenges, and I was just talking to somebody this morning about getting back out there. It's like my band, we just had our first live performance last Saturday since the pandemic, and I realized I was the only female on this lineup of bands, and I was asked to be on on the show.
Okay.
And even, right before things shut down, I spent all of 2019, I tried to take a new approach and do 3 days a week. I would spend 4 hours straight just trying to book shows and events and things like that. And so it really paid off. We were really busy in 2019, and then everything shut down. But I realized, and this goes way back, as a female, and when you're dealing with bars especially and restaurants and things like that, you always have to prove yourself beforehand, if they haven't heard of you before, and I've even gone into places and asked, well, you have live music here, I have a band, and well, sing something. Like they're on the spot, prove that you can
Wow.
And not wanting to pay, my band as much as they would pay like an all-male band. I mean, it's, just different things that just irk at you, eat at you, that some other bands are not dealing with. Plus, I'm like one of the only bands that plays, I don't want to say actual blues, but yeah, actual blues. Here in the state, and of course, I'm a black female. That's another thing that makes it hard here in West Virginia because the population is here is less than 3% black population in West Virginia, and so there's not really that much of a market for blues and even R&B. But I feel like I've made a lane for myself here, and so sometimes it's hard not to just jump at the easy gigs, that are cheap, but they're not far away. So let's just go ahead and take something for this weekend or whatever. And 2020 got me over that, and so now I can say no to a lot of things that are just not going to be worth it. And 2020 changed my outlook on a lot. And, even some of the obstacles that I feel like had been in place before, I don't want to look at those as being obstacles now, but just, things that need to challenge me because I want to do more. I feel so blessed and grateful that, I survived 2020. So many people didn't, and I told myself I'm going to do even more. If we get through this, we get to the place where, I'm fully vaccinated now, so I feel less apprehensive about, going out in crowds and things like that. I'm still doing the mask thing, but, it's like the sky's the limit for me. I've got more years behind me than ahead, so I feel like I don't have anything to lose by just showing up and showing out every time I get a chance to.
Listen, I hear you. So my perspective on things in regards to playing out is like I refuse to play shows where I'm background music. I can't do it. There's TV and people are talking loud, blah, 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 blah. I can't do it.
Right.
It costs too much to make money. To make music. It costs too much to get the band together. I just can't sit or sing in an environment where all that noise is going on. And one of my favorite performers of all time is Nina Simone. And I love her because she would tell people to sit down and be quiet.
Yeah.
She's like performing. And I adore her for that. And she was a very strong woman, very talented woman. But, she stood for what she believed in. And she's like, I'm an artist. I do that. This takes a lot. Gotta listen. So what do you think about the playing in venues where there's TVs and there's noise versus a performance where they're actually going to listen to you and watch you and adore you?
Well, I don't do those anymore.
Oh.
Even, right before, things shut down, I gave up on bars and those kind of places. I don't play them. I'll do restaurants if it's a special type of thing that's going on, but I gave up on those things a while back, and I don't do places where there's smoking because I can't stand cigarette smoke, you know. Yeah. So I kind of, you know, set the bar on that. But like I said, 2020 just made me realize a whole lot of things, and so now there's even more things to mark off my list, you know, that I don't need to do. You know, I'm not a star. You know, I'd hate to turn down money, but some money is not worth it, you know, so that's the way I'm looking at it now. And, yeah, I want all of your attention when I'm out there doing what I do because, yeah, I mean, and people don't realize, especially when you've got a full band, too, you know, everybody's got to pack up their instruments, and you have to rehearse before you do it, and then you got to drive however many miles, and then you got to, you know, sometimes wait when you get there on sound checks and all this kind of stuff, and then you have to get up there and act like you're just fresh as a daisy, you know, when you start.
That is so true. Yeah, you go up there like, yeah, I'll sing this song for you right here. After I've done all this stuff, getting everything together. So I'm glad you agree with me on that one. I mean, because everything that we do. What is your writing process like in the sense of, you know, how do you come up with a song? And obviously the last song that Karma is a Bitch, which is great, you know, you took some things for what happened in the past couple of years. But how do you just write a song, and how do you deal with writer's block if you get it?
Yeah, I get writer's block quite a bit, actually. Like I said, that CD was supposed to originally be an all-blues CD, and I had all the tunes written for that in March of last year was when we were supposed to go in the studio. Then the shutdown came, and I thought, well, okay, I'll keep writing. Then, and I couldn't, nothing would come to me. And like I said, I started painting to sort of get my mind off the writing, too, and not being able to really write anything else blues related, in the blues vein. And like I said, I started watching the news, and the songs just started coming out of the news. And what I normally would do like that, I didn't try to force anything. I would, you know, if I get an idea, like Karma is a Bitch. Of course, I was always saying Karma is a bitch. But then, and then something came to me. I couldn't tell you when, but I thought to myself, and you know, Karma works for God. You know, and I thought, oh, okay, I got to use that. Karma is a bitch, and she works for God. So I had to come up with something around that. And then, like I said, just what was in the news was really pushing me, and I would, you know, write a line here and a line there. And I wouldn't force it, but normally before that, when I was doing a lot of love songs and things like that, I could just, you know, pick a subject. Me and my keyboard player, we had this thing where he would give me an idea. He'd say, write a song about this. And so I'd write a song about it, and it was just, like, easy to do, and we would come up with something. But, you know, during the pandemic, all the blues tunes just went out the window except two of them. That actually made the CD. And these songs basically just came to me, and I just, you know, let them flow, which is why there's only 8 tunes on the CD, because I was going to do 15 on the blues CD. So I had to kind of scale back or take another year before I would, you know, put another CD out.
Listen, I feel you. We're going to play Disturbing My Peace right now. Hold on.
Is our new reality, trying hard to deal with this virus mentality. Politicians telling lies, corruption rises. Turn our backs while neighbors die. Don't take a nap, don't ride a bike. Don't enjoy the sight of a bird in flight. Don't drive a car, don't jog too far in a neighborhood where they don't look like you. Don't drink coffee, don't eat ice cream. Don't use the swimming pool. Don't cash a check, please don't protest. Don't mow a lawn or have a barbecue. Don't shop for clothes or blow your nose. And I know this ain't all we can do. There you go, disturbing my peace. Here you go, wasting my time. There you go, disturbing my peace. Give me back my peace of mind. There you go, disturbing my peace. Here you go, wasting my time. There you go, disturbing my peace. Give me back my peace of mind. Land of the free, ish kids in cages, tiki torches, militia with guns, vote suppression, bleach ingestion, Karen's dialing 911, social distance, mass resistance, there's confusion all across the land. The Constitution is just an illusion, things are getting out of hand. Sexism, ageism, racism, welcome to the new Jim Crow. Homelessness and unemployment, they wanna let your health care go. Don't take a knee, don't take a stand, don't you demand, don't you act too smart. Shut up and dribble, please don't quibble, don't upset the apple cart. There you go, disturbing my peace. There you go, here you go, wasting my time. There you go, disturbing my peace. There you go, give me back my peace of mind. There you go, disturbing my peace. There you go, here you go, wasting my time. There you go, disturbing my peace. There you go, give me back my peace of mind. There you go, disturbing my peace. There you go, ain't nobody got time for this. There you go, y'all better get out of here with all that noise. There you go. Pandemic days, pandemic nights, this is our new reality. Trying hard to deal with this virus mentality. Politicians telling lies, corruption rises. Turn our backs while neighbors die. Don't take a nap, don't ride a bike. Don't enjoy the sight of a bird in flight. Don't drive a car, don't jog too far in a neighborhood where they don't look like you. Don't drink coffee, don't eat ice cream. Don't use the swimming pool. Don't cash a check, please don't protest. Don't mow a lawn or have a barbecue. Don't shop for clothes or blow your nose.
Powerful, powerful stuff.
Thank you.
You said it all in that song. You said it all.
Yeah, I said I need to go down like a laundry list of stuff, and it all just fell into place.
And how, that song is really a social impact message song. And one of my things is that, I released the social impact message album last year, and my new thing is like, that's what I want to do. I want to do message songs because I think they're very important. And listening to that song, there's a lot of things that people can learn from. You're not necessarily trying to change somebody's mind, but you're trying to give them a visual of what other people are going through. And, could they be could they walk in those shoes? So is it important for you now, after you've seen everything, you've been through everything, to write more about songs about what's going on in the world?
Yeah, I definitely feel the same way. And you mentioned Simone. I loved her too, and I've seen a lot of interviews with her, you know, and I feel like, you know, she was absolutely right. You know, as an artist, you have a responsibility to speak on what's going on. You have an art that you can use. You know, people are more willing to accept some messages that are in songs, you know, and on film than they are, say, from a politician or, you know, somebody on the news telling you that this is what happened here. You know, I think music and art can make such an impact and impression on people's brains that you have to use it, you know, use your power for good, you know,
right?
To not necessarily, like you said, change anybody's mind, but keep letting them know this is happening. It may not be happening to you, but this is happening to somebody, you know, and maybe you'll think about that. If you like the song, you know how you get songs stuck in your head and you singing it, and then one day you realize what the words are saying, you know.
Yep. I think that if we can make a difference with our music, we should. I think it's very important. You know, I think sometimes, you know, the world that's listening to the radio get tired of the same stuff over and over and over again. I mean, I like music that makes me think. You know, more and more when I'm listening to the radio, I always try to really listen to the lyrics, because I always like to see, well, how did they get to that point? Why did they use that word? Oh, that's an interesting way to do things. Because I want to see the soul of the artist in their music, you know. And we all want to start, and we want to be on Billboard, and we want to win awards, and we want to get nominated, and we want this and that. But we also have to think about, you know, how can we make a difference in this world? And you can make a difference with love songs, because there's plenty of love out there, and there's plenty of breakups out there that you can write about. But I think in our world today, and the things that we've seen in the past 6 years, you can write about, and there's so much we can do in regards to healing with our music. You know, what is the biggest thing that you've learned while being in the music industry?
I think that music is, like I said, is so powerful.
Mm-hmm.
As an artist, well, I'll separate the two. I won't say as an artist. As you start out being just a singer,
right,
and you want to get all the notes right, you know, and you want to remember all the words and things like that. But in the end, it's like Maya Angelou says, it's people will remember how you made them feel.
Mm-hmm.
And it took me a while, you know, when people started giving me feedback on how they felt, that's when I realized this is really powerful, because, you know, I'm thinking, oh God, I missed that note in here, you know, that I was going to do, and, you know, and I said the wrong words there, but they didn't catch all that. They just realized, you know, how it made them feel. That's what they were concerned about.
Oh my goodness!
So that was a big lesson to me, to stop overthinking, you know.
Right.
When I'm on stage, you know, and doing, especially new songs, because I'm always afraid to do a new song for the first time, because I'm thinking I'm going to forget the words and things. But now I just, you know, if I forget something, I throw something else in there, or sometimes I'll just stop and say, you know, I forgot the words here. Let's start this over. You know.
Oh my goodness! You know what?
I'm not looking for perfection now. I'm just, you know, want to progress.
Yeah, no, I don't know. You know what I do? Normally, if I'm performing, and it's usually at a jazz place, and I usually perform like a 3-hour gig, then I forget some of the lyrics. I mean, sometimes I have the lyrics in front of me, but I'll make up stuff. They don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You're just please. Yeah, there is no perfection. It's real life. It's real life. We can't make or remember everything. It's great if you're an artist, lyrics, but as time goes by, that doesn't happen. I know that I've taken two songs of mine, and just mixed them together. And I'm like thinking while I'm singing it, no, that's not the lyrics to that song, but hey, they don't know let me just keep singing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta do your thing. You gotta be happy, and you gotta do your thing. And as long as you have love in your heart, that's what you're giving out. That's what they're going to receive.
Right.
What is the one quote that you like to live by, or message?
Well, there's a place here. It's an art gallery, an art center, music venue, and they've been really good to me. And I perform there at least once or twice a year, every year since I've been living in Beckley. And they put up a picture of me on I don't know what you call it. It's not a poster, but it's a big I don't know, but it's there in one of the walkways.
Okay.
And they asked for a quote to put on there.
Oh.
And this has been years ago that they did that, but it's still there. And I think to myself, I still feel like, I live by this, and this is how I feel. When I leave this world, I want people to remember that I was here.
Oh,
and so that's what I want to be able to do, is do things and leave music that people will remember me. I don't want there to be a last time that my name will be spoken. And so I just want to be remembered as somebody who tried to do something good or leave something good.
You and I are in the same mindset when it comes to that, because I changed my whole branding thing, and I'm like, I want to be an effective player in life. I want people to say, oh, she did that, or at least she tried to do that. So I love the fact that you're doing the same thing. You want to be remembered for doing something. Amen to that. Well, thank you so much for being on Chatting with Nat. It has been my honor to get you to know you more and to know how brilliant.
Well, thank you for having
me. Because you're awesome. And don't forget about the idea: wine, music, painting. Love it. You got to do it, because
definitely.
I will purchase the package. I will purchase the package.
And like I said, I will stay in touch with you. Yeah, you'll get the first bottle when that happens.
Yes. I have to be the first one. We did this. We did this together. It's all yours, but you gotta tell me first before you tell your children.
There's a winery here that I play at quite often. And now I'm gonna have to run that by them. They'll have to come up with a special wine.
Why not? Call them today. There are plenty of places where you can create your own wine. You actually can do it. Let me tell you. Do it. And then when you perform at the winery, it's easy. When you perform at the winery, if they could have one of your pieces up, or you can put it on an easel, and then somebody can drink this, and then you play a specific song.
Oh, God.
Listen, I'm creating a new...
My wheels are turning now, too.
Listen, I'm dead serious. This is stuff. Wait a second. Nobody's doing this, miss. We need to, as artists, we always have to reinvent ourselves and create something new. I'm telling you.
Right.
Do this. Listen. And then when you do your speeches, you're going to say, well, I was on Chatting with Nat. And Natalie said, do this. And that's why we're here. And I'm a multimillionaire. I'm telling you.
Yeah, give me a couple of months.
All right. I'm giving you a couple of months. But let me tell you, this will blow up. This will blow up. It's art. It's art.
I think you're right.
In a new fashion, and you're going to do well with it. It's going to be amazing. Well, I hope you have a great rest of the week. And yeah, let's definitely keep in touch. I'd love to have you on the Instagram Live someday. So you can do a little something. Maybe
sure.
You could sing on there, do something. I think that would be awesome. And then we can discuss where you're at with the wine art combo. I'm going to be on you.
Well, I would love to, and thank you so much for having me on. This is great.
Oh, thank you. And you have an awesome, awesome day.
You too.
All right. Now that was blues singer, artist. She's amazing. Painter, soon to be wine creator. She is awesome. You need to follow Lady D. It has been an honor to have her on my show, Chatting with Nat. Until next time.
Chatting with Nat is a podcast for independent women seeking to speak their truth and to break down barriers. We host honest conversations that help to guide and empower women. Speak your truth and set yourself free. Let your voice be heard.